Alrighty guys, it is Qaaman here today bringing you another weekly Q&A segment, and I'm actually doing my Q&A a little bit earlier this time for Thursday. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. As the first question comes in from the one and only Lord Frieza, who wants to know, does Antarctica sell Magnum condoms? I'm having trouble finding one that fits my tail when I rail the SKOT. Well, no, it does not have any condoms. You're gonna have to go to a real country for that, not a province. Alright, Amber wants to know, Qaaman, when are you going to do another video on the big green man Piccolo? I don't know, it depends. It depends on if I get a good discussion or topic, but as of right now, I think I've already done enough Piccolo topics for a while, so people don't think I'm over fanboying. Would I bang this chick? Well, I don't really think that's possible because this isn't a real person, but based off of the body types, I will say she's quite voluptuous. Alright, so Mark at Kingdom Marks wants to say, do you think Qaaman, Zamasu, and Black will come from the Future Trunks timeline to the present timeline? No, I actually think the opposite. I think that they're gonna go to the future to stop them. And I'm basing this off of the fact that obviously if they would have gone to the present timeline, I think they would have already have done so. Prince Vegeta wants to know, what kind of cum-stained lizard is Frieza? When will his porn video with second form Zarbon come out? It's called Cumzilla. What the fuck is this? I don't know how to answer this, man. I really have no idea how to respond to that. Tide Lick wants to know, what are your favorite underrated animes? Mine's are Samurai Champloo and Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is a great one. You already took one of the ones that I was going to say, so that's pretty much it. Alright, Shards Kano wants to know, why didn't Future Trunks ever wish back Gohan? Well, because of the fact that the Dragon Balls were deactivated in his future because, you know, Piccolo died, and the whole thing about why didn't they go to New Namek? Why didn't Goku and all of the, you know, the Z Fighters in the afterlife try to contact Trunks and tell him what to do? There's no answer to it. They just didn't do it. I know it's a piss poor answer, bro, but that's just the way it is. There's no way to explain writing sometimes. The Real Black Goku, worst filler and best filler in Dragon Ball. I guess you're saying Dragon Ball as a whole. I think Kid Goku training with, you know, Kami and Mr. Popo is the best filler in the entire Dragon Ball series. And when I mean the entire Dragon Ball series, I'm counting all 4 Dragon Ball series thus far. I would say the worst filler would definitely have to be the fake Namek stuff. I thought that was trash. Alright, let's see. Ramble is sending me, what do I think of this picture here? Black.com, blonde gets first BBC from brother's friend, and he puts a picture of Black in his face. Very good porn video, bro, but I'm not gonna watch it. Alright, XD7 Zoom whatever, I don't know how to say your name. How strong is Shenron in Battle of Gods? The dragon does not supersede the power of the creator. So I mean, in theory, not saying in practicality, but in theory he could be as strong as Dende or as strong as Kami. Alright, Icy wants to know, how strong was Vegeta in the Future Trunks timeline when he was Super Saiyan against Android 17? On par with Future Gohan? How strong was he in the Future timeline when he was Super Saiyan against Android 17? I think that if you look at that fight between Vegeta and Future Android 17, he was fighting him as a Super Saiyan, and he was pretty much getting dominated. You saw him pretty much losing the fight within seconds. And if you go back and you watch that scene from Ghost from Tomorrow, you can see that Vegeta already had battle damage on him from before, and whenever 17 got somewhat serious, he just blasted Vegeta away. So I would say that based off of longevity, and considering that Gohan had probably already trained a lot longer by himself, you know, for what, 13 years after the androids had already started causing a havoc, I would have to say Future Gohan probably had him, because you got to remember that this Vegeta was a lot weaker, considering the fact that this was a Vegeta that did not train because he wasn't aware that the androids were coming. So if he knew Super Saiyan, he probably learned it a lot later, or was not as efficient using it as he was when he was fighting against 18. And he still got his ass whooped, but that's what I would probably say. He's weaker than Future Gohan. Okay, Why was Raditz so weak compared to Vegeta and Nappa? Vegeta, obviously being an elite Saiyan, he was probably given a lot tougher assignments growing up as opposed to Raditz, who was always originally weaker. And even though Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, you know, were all together years afterwards, the people that they probably fought against were so inferior in terms of power compared to them that Raditz probably never gained as much. That's a very good question, but you should check out Geekdom's video on why wasn't Raditz stronger, because he really did a good video on that. And my last Twitter question from Goku Super Saiyan Blue is, do you think there are any villains from Dragon Ball that Hercule can defeat? Yes, but like, I would say like the really minor villains that are not really like that strong. Like, I don't think Hercule can beat like any abnormally powerful characters. But like, if you think about like maybe a person like Commander Red, you know, who's not really like a major fighter, like he could beat like the regular humans, but I think all characters from like General Blue's power and up, I don't think Hercule would stand a chance. So I would say every single person who is below General Blue in power and in that realm, Hercule probably can't beat. But I would like to see Hercule fight against Ninja Murasaki. I think that would be a very interesting fight. I think that's a fight that Hercule might be able to win if he pulls his cards right. And he did beat Spopovich before he became Majin Spopovich. And I'll just take this one because this question is similar. Who do you think would win, Hercule or Bruce Lee? I would probably have to go... Man, I mean, Bruce Lee has a lot of amazing feats, bro, but like Hercule has taken... I would give Hercule the edge because I've seen Hercule take some hits that an average human probably couldn't take. And if you count filler and all the scenes, I mean, he did take a kick from Omega Shenron and GT. Call it canon, or if you don't want to, that was pretty impressive. He took a hit in the face from Kid Buu, even though Kid Buu was holding back, and he's fallen flat on his face. He's been thrown into a mountain by Cell. That is absolutely high human durability. So I'm going to have to go with Hercule due to durability, even though those were comical scenes. So I'm going to go head over to Ask FM right now in just 1 second. Alrighty guys, so let's go back onto Ask FM right now. The first question is, for the question of the day, is which rules are made to be broken? I definitely think lying, if you count lying as a rule or more of a thing that people do to break, I'd say lying is something that people should do because, I mean, I do see the benefits of lying sometimes. Lying is wrong, but I do think that in certain circumstances, lying is good. For example, if you have a kid, right, that's like, let's say 1 or 2 years old, and he really lacks confidence in himself, and you told him that if he puts this helmet on his head, he's gonna get superpowers, and because the kid put the helmet on his head, he can, you know, build his confidence up to do whatever he's needed to do. I don't think that's a bad way to lie to a kid, because in that case, you're boosting the kid's self-esteem at that age before he can grow naturally to build his own self-esteem. And obviously, he's going to grow out of a lot of things too. So I can kind of see some benefits with lying to people, but as long as it's to help them. Okay, could Tien have killed Nappa with a two-handed tri-beam? I don't think that's really important here because, I mean, yeah, Tien was weakened by getting his arm knocked off, but he used all of his life force in that, and it didn't do a thing to Nappa, like, at all. Like, it didn't bother him at all. Like, it was implied that even if that, like, based off of how undamaged Nappa was by that attack, I think that if Tien put twice as much power into that, it wouldn't have done anything, considering that that did nothing to Nappa at all. James Bond versus Perry the Platypus. I don't know who Perry the Platypus is, so I'm just gonna go say James Bond by default. Have you ever been spit on? Yes, I have been spit on, and that's not a very fun thing, and I was very pissed when it happened. Which do you hate more, clickbaiters or Dragon Ball Evolution? Well, I'm gonna have to actually say clickbaiters, because even though I don't like Dragon Ball Evolution as a movie, I would say that I think clickbaiters are just deceiving people, whereas Dragon Ball Evolution was just bad. I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution at least made some money for Dragon Ball, even if it was a shitty movie. Alright, let's see. Do you think that only Saiyans in Vegeta's family knew about Zenkai Boost, since Vegeta was the only Saiyan to mention anything about Zenkai Boost? And I bet they wouldn't inform other Saiyans of Zenkai Boost to make sure their own power wasn't outmatched by the rest of the Saiyans. I think that Vegeta's family probably wasn't the only one, because if you think about it, like, I'm pretty sure that if you look throughout Saiyan physiology, there's thousands of years, or however long the Saiyans existed. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. It's in a guidebook somewhere. The Saiyans have pretty much existed for a while, you know, when they were on planet Plant. So you mean to tell me that there hasn't been one Saiyan that was severely injured and got stronger when he came back? I think it's very hard to not see that happening. Qaaman, if Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, and Trunks all fought regular Perfect Cell just like Broly, would they have won? I think I answered this question last week, and I would say yes, easily. Especially if Gohan eventually gets mad. I would think so, but I do think that Broly's stronger than regular Perfect Cell. I just don't think he's as strong at... I think Broly is stronger than regular Perfect Cell, just not super perfect, considering that though they pretty much did no damage on Broly, whereas, you know, Goku, Gohan, you know, Trunks and Vegeta, and maybe even Piccolo to a very minor degree could do a little bit of damage on Perfect Cell. Slippery ass nipples. Don't know how to answer that, and I'll take 2 more questions here. Do you think Goku got a Zenkai boost from the heart virus he had in the Android saga? No, I don't think so, because I don't think, first of all, he recovered from it with medicine, so I don't think that's how a Zenkai boost works. Zenkai boost means you're like beaten near the end of your life. His body wasn't like beaten up by like an external force. It was an internal thing that affected his body. So that's a very interesting question, but I'm gonna have to say no, I don't think he got a Zenkai boost from the heart virus he got. Have I ever screamed during a scary movie? No, I have not. Scary movies don't scare me at all. I might jump for like a scene, but I've never seen it. But I will tell you this though, I recently saw a movie, I think last year, with a friend, and if you guys remember the name of the movie, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was pretty much like this group of teenagers or like college students that went to, I think, Brazil, if I remember correctly, and they pretty much like found a lot of the Native American tribes like trying to kill them and stuff, and there was this big fat black guy, and they pretty much like ate his eyeball out. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna know the name of the movie, and if you do, please comment in the comment section below. I think it came out last year. That movie kind of gave me the creeps, but I didn't scream. And this question here, have I ever locked my keys in the car? No, I have not. So guys, that has been my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A segment, and please stay tuned for next week. So please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.